Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a video on this makeup look. It's just like a really sort of smoky, mauvey / brown bronzy makeup look. I'll probably wear this Valentine's Day, and I just chucked on some lashes, but it's really simple. There's not much technique to it. It's pretty easy to follow, so I hope you enjoy. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and yeah, let's get to it.
So to start off, I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Soft Brown. I just like to use a thin angle brush and then just outline the tail, and then I just fill in the tail, and then with whatever's left I flick up at the front just to create that like faded look. And I've got soft brown beard. I got like a new pot the other day and I feel like it's a lot darker. Like I swear it wasn't this dark before. So yeah, anyway, just fill those in, and then I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light just to prime my eyelids, ready for eyeshadow. This is a really good like eyeshadow base, this is, and I just use the excess just to clean up the eyebrows, just in case there's any like little mistakes or anything. And then I just set that with some rcma no colour powder, and then I'm going in with this Inglot shadow. I think it's 368, I think. I'm not sure, I'll leave it down below. And I'm taking this on a MAC 224, buffing this into my crease, going up to my brow bone. This is just my transition, ready for all the other shades I'm going to put down. It just helps to blend out darker shades better. You can see me rolling my eyes. I don't know what I was watching, but I wasn't too happy about it. Then I'm just taking this Tartiest Pro palette and taking some of the sort of mid-tone blush shades. I kind of mixed all of them really, and I'm just going over that peachy shade just to intensify the transition. I'm going in with another shade. It's more like a pinky tone, and I'm going in with a Jouer 227, just in the socket, just to target it a bit more in there, just to deepen it up a little bit more. And I'm just taking some of Anastasia Dusty Rose and using this with a Makeup Geek Soft Dome brush, I think. And yeah, I'm just targeting that right in the socket, just building up the colour, so it's a bit more of a blush mauvey colour. And as you can see, I'm tilting the brush sort of at an angle, just so it blends out sort of more towards my brow. And then I'm taking Sienna by Anastasia, taking that on a Jouer Petite Crease brush and just targeting that right in the socket, just on top of that mauvey shade, because I didn't want it to be so mauvey, you get me? But this is where it kind of looks like messy and muddy, but you just gotta keep going in between each step and blending it out. So I just take my blending brush that I was using in between each step and I just blend out the edges. Taking this purpley shade, because the Dusty Rose shade got a bit lost, I'm just deepening up the socket again with the Jouer Petite Crease brush. And then just going back in with some of the transition shades and then going back over top just to buff out the edges so it creates a more seamless look. Going back in with the Anastasia Dusty Rose, just over top just to blend out the edges again. And then for the lid shade, I'm going to take this Lush like rose gold colour. It is called Lala and it's by Colourpop. Just putting this on my lid with my finger. I prefer using my finger with these metallic shades from Colourpop just because they are quite like creamy. I don't know what formula it is, but it feels like a cream anyway. and yeah, I just find that it works better with my finger. And then just to blend up the edges, so there's a nice sort of seamless transition from shimmer to matte, I'm just taking that purple shade again from the Tartiest palette and just going right in the socket. Just keep turning your brush like side to side with this one because it's like a bit of a paddle brush, so you can blend up the edges more easily. And then taking my big fluffy brush and taking some more of the transition shades and just going along that edge there. And then I'm taking the Dose of Colours Pigment in Shell. This is like a really nice pinky champagne colour with micro glitter. And I'm just pressing that right on the centre of my lid just to make it pop a bit more. And then I'm just going to clean up the edges, and because I don't want it to be a harsh edge like that, I'm just going to take some concealer and my Real Techniques sort of dual fibre eye brush, I think it's called. It'll come in like a set of 3, and I'm just taking the concealer and just buffing along the edges and then going up slightly into my brow bone, just so it softens the line and doesn't make it look so harsh. And then for face, I'm going to take my Laura Geller Spackle Under Makeup Primer. This is the champagne one, so it has a little bit of a glow, but it sits really nicely underneath makeup, and yeah, it's really hydrating. Then for foundation, I'm going to take Graftobian Cosmetics Cream Foundation in Temptress. This is like a more yellowy undertone when I'm fake tanned. I do have fake tan on, so if you're wondering why it doesn't match my face, it's because my face is not fake tanned. And I'm just applying this with my Sigma F80 in downward buffing motions. This is a really full coverage foundation. I got mine off Camera Ready Cosmetics, but the shipping and the custom charge was just horrific. So I bought 4 at one time, so it's probably best to do that if you're going to buy, like I wouldn't just buy one because the shipping and the custom charge would just not be worth it. And then just again, the hard to reach places, I use a smaller brush. This is a Zoeva 110 brush. I think it's called the Face Shape brush. I'll leave it down below anyway. All in but the products and the brushes I'll leave down below if you're wondering. And then for highlighting and concealing, I use, oh, get that skug out. I use the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. This is in the shade Light. And I just go in an upside down triangle underneath my eyes, and this is just to brighten it up and bring it forward. So I do it on my nose, a little bit on my forehead as well, and my chin, Cupid's bow. But if you have like a massive forehead, I wouldn't really highlight it that much. I would contour it more. I have a small forehead though, I feel like such a pea head. And then I just blend that out with my damp beauty blender. This just blends up product really, really nicely, and if you put too much on, it will just soak up that excess product. And then just to further brighten up underneath the eyes, I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light, again, the one that I used to prime my eyelids. And as you can see, it just brightens up that a little bit more, and it adds a little bit more coverage. It's a really good full coverage concealer. I completely understand why everyone raves about it. It's just amazing. So I'm trying to use it sparingly. I don't want to keep using it all the time because I know it's always sold out. But yeah, and then blended that out with my beauty blender, and then I'm using the beauty blender to set with. So I use the RCMA No Colour Powder. I heavily set my under eyes and like all the places that I highlighted, so like my forehead and chin and stuff. And then with extra powder, I just pat the powder into my face, like all over, to set all of my face. I prefer to do this because I just feel like it locks in my makeup a lot better than just dusting powder on. So if you just press it into the skin, your makeup should stay on forever. Well, for as long as until you take it off. And then with the brush, I just dust off the excess. This is as a waver brush. I will leave it down below. And then for bronzer, I use the NYX matte bronzer. I don't know what shade it is, but this is my first time using it. It looks quite red. That's on my face. It's like, oh. but no, it looks really nice. It's like a natural sort of bronzer, because you know when you get like a little bit sunburnt, it kind of looks like that. But it went a little bit patchy on my forehead, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. But yeah, I'll try and keep using it and see how I like it. So I just bronzed up the perimeter, and then I'm using the Tartiest Pro contour kit just to dust away the highlights. So I use the yellow shade for underneath my eyes, in between my forehead, eyebrows, nose, chin, underneath the contour. But this is a really good contour kit. I like it, and I've had it for ages, and I never use it. This is the lighter contour shade, and I'm just using that to further contour my cheekbones with a more sort of pointed blending brush. This one is a Zoeva one. This is the Luxe highlight brush. And then I also use that same contour shade to contour my nose with the Zoeva face paint brush. And if you go a little bit too overboard with the contour on the nose, I just like to press my beauty blender that I used for the creams, because they'll still have a little bit of excess product, so it'll just blend out that harshness quite well. And then for highlight, I'm going to go in with Jouer Rose Quartz. I normally always go for like some gold highlight, but I just wanted to step out of my comfort zone, and so I bought this one and I absolutely love it. It is so like blinding. And I just highlight the tops of my cheekbones, nose, above the eyebrow, Cupid's bow, you know. And then I'm just taking some of the purpley and the pinky shades just underneath my eyes on a fluffy brush, just so it matches up with like the top of my eyes, so it makes it a little bit more smoky. Nice face back. And then Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I'm going to take the Blush Mood Exposure. For my blush, it just complements the eyes really nicely, and this is a really like glowy blush. I love these blushes so much. It looks like I haven't used this palette, but I do use it quite a lot. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Lash Sensational. I always use that mascara. And then for lashes, I'm using the Primer Lash Charlie Lashes. While I put my lashes on, I just like to bake underneath my contour. So if you've been a little bit messy, I've taken it down too far, you can just clean it up with some powder, let it sit there for 5 minutes, and then this is where I apply my lashes. And then I highlight my inner corner and my brow bone with the highlight that I use for my face. For lips, I'm going to be using this Rimmel Exaggerate lip pencil, just to slightly overline my lips as well. And then with the fluffy brush that I used earlier, I'm just going to dust off any of the excess powder, and as you can see, it just cleans it up nicely. And I'm using the Maybelline matte lipstick in 983. I think it's called Beige Babe. It's just a really nice like nude, like pinky peachy nude. And then you could either leave it matte, or I just wanted to put some gloss on. So this is the Maybelline gloss in Coffee Kiss. And that completes the look, guys. So I hope you enjoyed and didn't find it too boring. I will try and film maybe tomorrow. No, I can't film tomorrow. Sorry, guys. No, I will have videos up next week though. So yeah, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.